You'll never guess. I got myself a guest. I was writing down a bunch of questions and I was going through a few of them and I'm like, damn, this would be a lot better if someone asked me them rather than I asked myself these questions. So, working on the audio. So this episode will probably be bearable. We are behind my car and there goes my jacket. I lost my jacket that was covering my camera. I'm gonna go grab it. But this is Lala, one of my nearest and dearest friends. That is the wind from the Columbia Gorge. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have no jacket on my camera just so it doesn't fly away. Don't think you really need a biography because you're just a person.
I'm just a girl.
You're just a girl.
Yeah, I don't really exist.
Friend, coworker,
mechanic.
I wouldn't say mechanic.
I mean, I work on your car.
Can
a
you
lot.
put that a little higher since mine's a little higher?
Yeah.
Just to equal out our.
Like how much higher? Like that?
Equal to mine. Because if I'm gonna put the audio down, yours is gonna be a lot higher, or mine's gonna be a lot higher, and yours is gonna be a lot lower. So it's actually a lot colder than I was.
It's kind of chilly now.
Yeah. So this is episode 13 now. 13. I wouldn't say 13 weeks in because I've done 3 this week.
But 13 in general.
But 13 in general. Yeah, I'm still as depressed as I was yesterday. I filmed the last episode yesterday, but I had a good hike today, so it kind of made me rethink life a little, which it always does. So I'm taking that as like wow, there's a dude on the train tracks. That's crazy. I'm trying to take all the positive from that because I tend to take the negative from it, from life in general is what I'm trying to say. And then hikes make me feel a lot better about myself because the endorphins, is that the right word?
Yeah,
endorphins.
Yeah, it releases, it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
I get the same thing from like working on cars.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a weird release for me, but that was like my thing today, was trying to get work done on my car just to feel a little better, as I felt like I failed a lot this week. So I want to find small successes.
You didn't fail.
I feel like I failed this week.
It's not a fail. You still got stuff done. You didn't get done what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's a fail.
I try to see my small wins and celebrate them.
Sorry, I'm so cold. I'm sorry if I'm being hyperactive.
Pretty cold too. I'm trying to hold it together right now.
So I have a couple questions for you, but I figured you could ask me some too.
Yeah, I'm open.
Because I'm not an interviewer by any means, and I don't want to be, I guess.
I want to interview though.
What person do you look up to?
What person do I look up to? Ooh, that's a really hard one. Okay, it's kind of dumb, but probably my favorite YouTuber. Mm-hmm. He started the same way I have, just a kid touching cars and working on them. Not really, no big goal in mind, just having fun. His name's Kyle Wade from Boosted Boys. I know he'll never see this, but I do dream someday I'll get to meet him and explain that he's been my push the entire time of me on my journey of cars. I found him when I was really young. We were both doing the exact same thing, just building little cool cars, having fun with our friends, and you know, if he can do it, I can do it. So that's kind of my biggest motivation and the person I look up to the most, because he never stopped, and even when he faced a bunch of backlash or his car blows up at the track, he rebuilds it right then and there. So I use that same drive in my everyday life. Like something small or something big that happens, I try to think about how if he can swap out a transmission at the track, I can get up and redo this. So it's dumb, but that's probably my biggest idol.
Do you think that someone could feel that way about you?
I do. Yeah. I don't want to like sound arrogant, but I have had a couple people who tell me that they look up to me and that they see me as someone that they can, I don't know how to explain it, but like see as a role model, someone they want to be like. I certainly don't have my life together, but I'm trying.
Who does?
Nobody does. I really don't think so. There's always more to life than what you have at hand.
Yeah. Who do I look up to?
Yeah,
Max
who's your biggest idol?
Verstappen. No, that's where my ego goes. It's like someone like Max Verstappen, because he's so egotistical. He's kind of an asshole.
He's also a sweet guy though.
And yeah, he has a child and wife and whatever. but I'd like to be like that, where it's like all or nothing. And that's like a saying, it's like all or nothing, but he like lives it out. Like he'll take everything personally, and you know, people point and laugh at him, make fun of him, they boo him, but he'll literally make you watch him win, and he'll do it again and do it again, and yeah.
And he has a winner's mentality.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Like my favorite quote from him, I repost a lot of his edits. They always get me super hyped. But interviewer is like, I think you've heard this one. He goes, 100 podiums out of 188 starts to the season. You want to know what your thoughts are on that overall for the season? He goes, sounds like 88 missed podiums. That's such a good personality. It's so funny to me. It's so funny to me. And every time I've watched it, it's hyped me up. Every time.
Yeah, like I saw that today, because you reposted it, and it popped up for me. But I saw that, I was like, that's a good mentality.
I saw it today and
the
yesterday.
Opportunity to keep winning.
God, I hope there's not a lot of wind, because it's less windy behind my car, but it's still windy.
It's very windy. I see where that tree branch fell down.
I'm fucking chattering my teeth. I copied and pasted a bunch that I kind of don't want to ask now because they're kind of boring. What's something that someone said to you that's changed your life in a positive way?
My mom told me when I was really young, people are going to do what they want to do. And the reason that's changed me in a positive way, or like helped me, is because you can't beg for someone to do something, you know, and you can't sit there and ask them and be like, do this, or will you do this? They're gonna do what they want to do, regardless of how you feel. And that helped me let go of a lot of stuff, helped me move forward a lot too, and stop making me dwell on like, what did I do wrong? It's always, they're gonna do what they want to do. It's never gonna be about you. Everyone is for themselves. And I don't know, that just always stuck with me.
Do you feel like you still hold on to that at all?
I hold on to it a little less though, because I'm very selfless. I never really think about myself.
Which is, I think, a toxic trait. Although it's a positive trait, I think it's very toxic. Yeah,
like it's very bad that I like to put others before myself. I am working on that. I've gotten a lot better at that and thinking about my own self in certain instances, but I definitely still try to think about it. Like someone's always going to do what they want to do. But yeah, there's no changing other people. They will only change if they want to change. So, what's something that somebody told you that impacted you in a positive way?
It was, I said it yesterday, my dad.
Yeah, that
one. Daniel was talking today about mortality and how it kind of flashed in front of his eyes. And that being at peace with himself is more important now, because it doesn't matter, like, whether or not someone doesn't give him energy or not, or something sucks, he still has a mortality at the end of the day. And that stuck out to me recently, just because it was most recent. It was today. And big props to that guy. He's a big thinker, and he's a big inspiration.
Yeah, I've never heard a bad thing about Daniel.
Well, I mean, he's human.
Everyone has mistakes, but like,
yeah,
I always hear positive things about him.
He kind of just keeps to himself, and that's why you don't. Yeah. What's something you want to grow out of? This is something I just thought of right now, and I call him when I answer myself. That's why I'm asking you. I can't think of a specific thing yet.
A big one for me is like FOMO or jealousy.
Yeah,
I need to grow out of that.
That's a good answer.
And I have been, working on it a lot in the past years as I've, swung through different friendships and trying to figure out my footing in life and who I want to be around. And so a lot of times people go and do things without me, and I'm like, I could go do it too. And it's okay that I'm not doing it with them, or they didn't invite me. So I'm learning to let that go. But jealousy is the big one. I don't really get jealous over people, but more recently I've been finding myself jealous, and it's been controlling my emotions a little bit more. So I have to remind myself to sit back and think, and it's not that deep. So, and I keep trying to think about being in other people's shoes in that moment, the other person in that position.
Put yourself in my shoes.
They're too big.
I can't take them off. I tried to take them off and they wouldn't come off.
You want to wear mine?
Nah, I don't want to ruin them.
Oh, okay.
What's one person you appreciate? One person that's like sticking out to you right now, and you're like, I'm very thankful. It could be anyone.
There's two. I would say there's two.
It could be anyone. You don't even have to go into details. You could just say.
I would say there's two. I have two best friends, and no matter what, I come back to them and I tell them they're there by my side. They hold me when I cry. They cheer me up. They're there to distract me if I need it.
Can you name drop? You don't have to.
It's Max and Austin.
Okay.
Anytime I need them, I can call them.
Me a little.
And what? Hey, okay.
Oh.
I appreciate you every day, and I tell you that. I try to remind you of that. You're someone I go to for advice a lot, but there's things that I go to Max and Austin about that I don't come to you. And they're always there. They're always there with open arms. They never turn me away. They don't judge me for it. They're gonna sit there.
Always there with judging arms.
With judging arms. You come to me with judging arms.
Yeah.
But they're that soft kind of like friendship I need sometimes when they're gonna tell me that what I'm doing is dumb, or they're gonna tell me how they feel, but they're also gonna sit there and support me because they know I'm only gonna do what I want to do. And like when I need advice in life, I come to you because you give me good advice.
I'm depressed and I got the experience.
You have harsh advice. You have things that I need to hear. You have things that set me more straight during my day, and it's dumb to say, but like I need to be called out on that stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And
you want to hear my problem with that?
Yeah.
Is that I feel like that's all I am, and that I need to be the exciting person to be coming to. Like I can be excited. I want to go to bed because I'm excited, not I want to go to bed because wow, I'm going through a crisis. Okay, crisis is over. I'm getting over it. Okay, bye, Ben.
I mean,
and that's what I feel. That's what I feel like I am now. Because like, I'm sorry, I thought that was an animal. I've had people like that where they're like, oh, I came to you for advice, and then after I give them the advice, they stop talking to me, and I'm like, damn, maybe it is. Maybe I need to up the ante when it comes to my positivity. And my person of the week. When I say of the week, it's the month, actually. I love a lot of people, but Ethan is kind of like my big support system. I've come close to him very recently, and he's very careless. I talked to him a lot last night, actually, and learned a lot more about him, but one of those people that doesn't have a lot of friends, but once you get to know him, you wonder why, and you don't know why. Yeah. So he's a very good kid, and I say kid, but he's my age.
He's older than me.
He has all the same morals as me, so it makes it a lot easier in most cases.
I find myself able to connect to him too. Like, yeah. I come to him and...
But that's where the jealousy comes in for me. That's one thing I want to fix, is that he is such a good person, and I've had so many friends like that are such good people that I'm like, I want to be like them, because when everyone hangs out in a group, they flock to him. And I'm just there like, cool. Like last night, we were at a car meet, and everyone's in a group. I'm like, I'm feeling a little anxious. I'm going to step away. And I step away, and then everyone's like... And I'm like, well, I guess I'm alone, and that's okay. I'm getting better being used to it, but that's when I pop in a headphone and go and look at the cars, because realistically I'm okay with going to look at the cars at a car meet. That's kind of why you're there. But I'm 24. I need to get over myself whenever I feel feelings like that. I'm not allowed to feel stuff like that. Person of the week, yeah, that would be Ethan.
So he's been there for me a lot the last 2 weeks. I can call him, text him. I've been trying to hang out with him, just schedules don't always line up, whatever, or he's busy with Ben, whatever.
Well, that's not true.
That is so true, but no, I can text him or call him as I need it, and even if he doesn't have advice, he's there to listen, and he tries to relate the best way he can, and he's just a good ball of energy to be around, man. Yeah. Like, I'm around him, whenever I get to hang around him, he just makes me feel like I'm a better person too. Like, I know I'm not a bad person, so to say, but just the energy he brings just helps me bring out my good energy too.
He's a ball of energy. I feel like I'm an egg.
I don't think you're an A.
I roll, and then you don't know where I'm gonna roll next because I roll in a circle, and oh, he's rolling back. He's going to the right. Oh, no, he's going left.
That's a pretty good analogy.
But yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. I'm trying to see the positive in it. A lot of it is faking it.
yeah.
Like, yeah, faking it when people are around, just so you can be that positive energy all the time.
I just had this conversation with Lily last night on the way home from the car meet.
That's cool. This is a great convo to have.
About the whole sometimes just not showing how you're feeling and when you're around other people, and it's not that you're trying to hide it or suppress it from other people, obviously open up and talk about things, but just don't make it everyone's problem, I guess. Like I don't want to show up and bring everyone down. I love showing up,
making my problem,
and hearing people be like, you make everyone happy when you walk in the room. Like that's what I look forward to.
I will say though, I am the most insecure, cocky person. I do like being an asshole, and I do like letting people know how I feel. It's hard to say because it's both ends of the spectrum where I'm like, I like being cocky and like being like, hey, I feel like this, I feel like garbage, or I feel great, you better feel great too. But then at the same time, I don't know, it sounds kind of selfish saying it that way, but maybe that's what I mean. Maybe I am selfish. I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay with not having the people flock to me. I definitely like it. Like I've said before, I like the attention. But the attention that I'm seeking is usually not the type that I get back in return. It's always from that one person that has the personality where they want to be around me all the time. My close friends, like you and Daniel, you're always there for me, always on fire. But then when I try to search for the same attention from other people, I can't get that out of them because that's just not them, especially in times of need, or not times of need for me, but like times of urgency. They're just like, not that, because they don't ever do that. So I'm trying to pull it from them. I'm like, ah. But Daniel and I had this convo a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's about a couple of years ago. I said you can't have a person for everything, or a person that is everything. So I can't go to you as my car person, as my my relationship person, as my close guy friend person. I can't have you as my hike person. I can't have you as literally everything, because you can try to make someone everything, but they're gonna fall short somewhere, and their personality type will not allow them to be the best for that situation. So like if I'm having trouble with my physical health and I want some comfort, and you've never experienced any of that, you can still want to comfort me, but someone like my best friend Haley, she'll know exactly what I'm feeling, know how to talk me off the ledge and be like, everything is okay, you're not actually dying, it's a normal symptom for this kind of sickness. And I'm like, okay. So you can't have a person for everything, one person for everything, that's what I mean.
But you can have a person for everything.
Yeah, in a way, I definitely see that, because you want to have a religious person that you want to talk more spiritual things about might not be the same person that you go to talk to about cars or something that's so silly but so different.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to, sadly, that's the thing about me, is I want to be that person for everyone. I want to be the handyman, but of emotions.
Yeah, I want to be everything for everyone.
Yeah.
And everything for myself too. Like I like being able to reach out to people and talk to them about things, but I also want to be able to just talk myself down from things.
Get off that ledge. I'm going to get my coffee. Keep talking.
But yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
I wrote down a bunch of them.
You wrote down a bunch of them?
Yeah, I wrote down a bunch of questions.
Just think of some. I think the mic is still hitting me.
Yeah, back to that. Like I really would like to be the person everyone can go to for anything. I mean, a lot of people come to me for their cars. That's the first thing they come to me for. Some random person messaged me the other day. They're like, why is my car misfiring? I don't know, but let's figure it out.
You unplugged a spark plug?
Yeah,
I don't know.
But a lot of people do come to me about things like, relationship issues or family matters or something like that. And not a ton of people come to me for health issues, thankfully, because I'm not very educated, but I am always there. If you're sick, I'm usually the first person that'll say like, oh, I'll bring you some soup or some medicine or whatever you might need.
Sorry, I'm on TikTok.
You're on TikTok? Get off your phone.
No, I had a bunch of these quotes saved because I thought they were cool.
I have a lot saved on TikTok too.
Just because I've seen all of these before, like over the past few years.
gonna pull out
But
my
they have them all like collected in one spot. So what you think, you become. Everything is a seed. Plant negativity and you'll grow failure. Plant confidence and success will chase you. I really like that one.
I like that.
Your vibe attracts your tribe. Energy is contagious with the way you carry yourself, the way you think, and the way you determine what and who attract you into your life. So I said that wrong, but I've heard this quoted different ways. Like, if you're a negative person, a negative life will follow you, or your vibe attracts your tribe. And it really is true. Also talked about that on the hike today, where if you really prove yourself that you carry that energy, like you can tell people, oh, I'm a happy person, but if you're sitting there and you're thinking in the back of your head about that situation that made you mad for the longest time, and then someone says something, you go, oh yeah, you can like see the way someone carries themselves. And you're like, nah, they're really acting weird right now. Like, when you feel someone acting weird, it's not because of what they're saying, it's because the way they're acting. So I feel like if I'm acting a certain way, I have to believe that I'm happy. I can't be like, oh yeah, everything's great. Because then you're not acting the way that you want to be. Because you have to act the way that you want people around you to be. Because if I act like a shithead, and that's the sad thing, is like, I act like a shithead, and then the people around me are the same way, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, that's literally just me. They're just matching what I'm doing. So that's a pretty good one. Anyways, less about me being
I think we've talked
a horrible
about this,
person.
I mean, we've definitely talked about it because some friends that I've tried to make along the way, like as in the couple years I've known you, there's been some friends that come into my life that don't seem like they're the best to have around, and I had to take a step back and be like, do I want to be like them? Do I want this energy around me? And
Yeah.
I've had to cut them off, but it's to protect me and who I am. Nothing against them, but
Oh, I love this one. Sorry.
keep going. What do you have to say?
This one says, do the right thing even when no one's watching. I was always taught this in school, even when someone's like, oh, what's a good example?
A good example?
Oh, don't cut in line. Like, there's always a line leader, and they're like, don't cut in line even when the teacher's not watching. And kids would always do it, of course. But it says, you look left and right, but don't forget to look up. Move with integrity, give without expecting, and watch abundance flow. Like, really, the way, even if you're not spiritual, I feel like the way that you treat others and you bring yourself really shows who you are as a person. And like, same with energy, it brings the energy, and you're like, if you know you would have thrown away that trash whether or not your best friend was walking with you or not, then that will kind of show throughout the longevity of the situation, because maybe no one's watching and you pick up the trash, and exaggeration as a joke, cameras are watching you and they give you $100,000 because you were just being a nice person. That's an extreme example. That would never happen, but that kind of translates to, like, if you have that personality, it'll start to like make you more grateful, make you more humble, and more that you want to do better. And even if your morals are different from someone else, you want the best. So
I think a really simple example of that, a little easier to understand, is the shopping cart theory. There's no rules to say you have to put your shopping cart back in the cart corral. There's nothing that's going to happen if you don't, and there's nothing that's going to happen if you do. But
they might still fly out and hit the front bumper of your car.
That's the point too. Like, what you're doing now can impact someone later. I mean, like you, someone didn't put their cart away, so they
did. Okay, that's the issue.
You.
Is someone did put their cart away, and the cart came out of the cart bin and hit my car.
Your car's a special case, but
I should have parked next to it, not in front of it. Anyways,
but in theory, like,
shopping cart theory
doesn't make you a bad person if you don't put your cart away, but it's the right thing to do, and we all know it's the right thing to do. So just do it. And like, I don't know, it's dumb, but when I'm alone or, just with one person one-on-one, I try to think of a third person being there, someone watching me do what I'm doing, and just to make sure I'm sitting back and I'm doing the right thing. Because when I'm alone, sometimes I want to cut corners at home, like just by myself. But
yeah,
I try to think, what if someone else is here? Would I really be doing this right now?
I'm not gonna wipe that part of the counter. Yeah, I think about that a lot, and I'm definitely want to fix that about myself. I'm a very lazy person when I'm unmotivated, and that's not uncommon, but I want to fix that because I hate that mentality.
I mean, that's quite literally how motivation works.
Well, I mean,
if you're not
I don't
motivated,
like to use motivation to do something because then I'll only do it once every few months when I feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I also push things off if I'm not motivated, and that's a big thing I need to get out of the way. Like, the dumb example, my car's still not done. It takes a day of work. And have I spent that day there? No. Why? Just not have the motivation. And I keep telling myself, just go do it. And so I've been going and doing it little bits at a time, but if I keep waiting for motivation, that thing will never be done.
Sorry, I'm just looking for the people because I'm anxious.
Are they coming? I'm not worried.
I can't see them. I'll introduce them if they come and talk to us.
I think I watched them walk that way with their dog in the field.
Oh, but yeah. I've always wondered if my dad watches this. He said he watched one of them. That made me feel good, but I've had a couple random people that I don't talk to that much say they watch him. I really don't want to get like the true deep version of myself. I just want to be the general version of myself online. Just so people can feel better about themselves. Maybe I can help a person or two. But I don't want to tell you all my deep dark secrets, because I feel like that's where it's going to end up if I just keep talking. I will say something that I shouldn't have said, or that was too personal.
So let's not deep dive, but let me ask some questions maybe. Let me see. I wrote some questions down. I did send them to you, but you didn't answer a lot of them.
I answered all of them.
You did not.
If I 5x my income, I would buy a whole farm of capybaras, and I'd release them into this campus.
Give advice to your 15-year-old self. If you can go back to 15 and shake your 15-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Slap him in the ass. No, I would, what would I do? I was trying to remember what I was doing when I was 15.
That'd be like freshman year of high school.
I wouldn't change anything about school, because I hated school, and I ended with a bad GPA, and it still hasn't affected my life at all. And I don't think there's an education I would have pursued with that. So I wouldn't really change anything about school, but I would tell myself what I'm telling myself now. You're so stupid, you look ugly when you look in the mirror. But sometimes it's better off not knowing. And I would tell myself to pick up that camera and record yourself every day, and don't buy a car after the Honda. And I'd be a lot well off. I have a lot of money. I'd even at least a few $1,000s that I had put into down payments and whatnot. And then I would also at least have an effort and a paper trail of effort that I tried to prove to myself that, hey, you wanted to be a YouTuber since you were a kid. Here it is now. You did it when you were a child and you hate it. You could try again later, or you can give up now. I was so worried, just like I am now, what people are thinking. But 15-year-old self, it's literally, this is 10 years, almost 10 years later, and no one still looks at you. No one cares about you, and no one's there when you're laying in bed at night on a Wednesday evening, and you have to go back to work, and then you realize there's no one texting you, and there's no one going to respond to your comments, and no one in your comments, because you're only getting 20 views. Not a single one of those people remembers you. So why not do it? Why not be that person that makes someone else feel motivated from 1,000 miles away? I just don't understand why I had to take so much ego into it when I knew I already didn't have friends at the time, and I was like, oh, you'll be okay. Just kind of figure it out until you're older and then try it. I would have not. I also would have told myself to get in the gym once I was 16. was too lazy about that. Also, buzz cut. I would have definitely gone buzz cut until now. And eat better. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. I ate like garbage. But anyways, yeah. There's a lot more, but I probably would be very vulgar, and I'd probably shake myself. I'm not a very careful lover. I'm definitely a hard lover.
That's what's good about you, though. You're not mean by any means. You just say
cutting
what
your own hair.
I think you say what people need to hear, but
Yeah,
you
but
deliver it in
sometimes
a
it's
way
not
that
always-
feels good, though.
It's not always necessary. Like sometimes people need to learn it.
There's lessons that need to be learned, but that goes back to the people are going to do what they want to do. You can tell them they're not going to listen, and then they learn it the hard way. But shit.
Is there? You want to answer that question, or do you want to?
Yeah. I mean, 15 is things really changed for me around 15. I went through a lot in my early age with my family and stuff, and I tell 15-year-old me to same thing, post the videos. I used to film everything. I was in the shop every day.
We boosted Lala instead of boosted boys.
It would've been
No one
boosted
would probably know
Lala.
who they are. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so like 15, I built my first engine. I built my first Turbo Civic. I was filming everything. I made one YouTube video with my stepdad, but I would have told myself to post those videos. Same thing with school. I did online school. I got bullied so much in middle school that I couldn't face being in public school again. And so I did online school, wouldn't change that. I love that. I graduated early. I had almost a perfect GPA. I think it was like a 3.8 or 3.9.
Damn, that's two more than me.
I loved school. That's
two more than me.
I don't want to hear about your GPA.
I got a 1.8.
It doesn't affect my life still. I mean, if I want to go back to school, it would, and I do. But like I said, I would tell 15-year-old me to just not change anything about school. Probably actually go to college right away. I've put it off for a really long time, and now I'm sitting here as a mom who works full-time and cannot find the minute.
Best job ever, though.
I do love my job. I love my job.
Not elaborate, but best job ever.
I love being a mom, and I love, having my job and my career, but I do wish I could go back and go to school before my son came.
A&P.
I've considered it.
But imagine if you did that at like 18.
If I would have done that at 18, life would be so different for me now. I wouldn't have met you more than likely.
That's crazy. You know,
when I think
what's
about
your Starbucks order?
What's my Starbucks order? No, I have it written down. I can pull out the app right now. It's okay. Let me.
I'll put a photo right here of my Starbucks order.
I'll screenshot mine and show you it.
The cold brew with 3 pumps of brown sugar, vanilla. Oh, give me a second.
Wait, you sound like me.
And a splash of whole milk. It is basically a caramel macchiato without the caramel and in a cold brew. It's way better. It's still a little sugary, but I also have the coffee cake with it. The coffee cake, I love it.
Yeah, because you put me on the cold brew with 3 pumps vanilla syrup, 2 pumps brown sugar syrup, a splash of non-dairy vanilla sweet cream, very lactose tolerant, and 2 pumps of caramel syrup, and then a grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
And that is my breakfast usually before work, or like a ham and Swiss croissant.
Fuck, I gotta eat that tomorrow. Yeah, if I could get sponsored by Starbucks, that'd probably save me a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't want to admit how much I spend on Starbucks. My bank likes to tell me the category, and it's money spent on coffee, and I'm like,
mine doesn't. So
you don't want to know. I know you spend more than me.
I'm good. Oh, I had another question.
Yeah, you've been yapping.
If you got one while I'm thinking, you can say something. But
what's your general 5-year plan?
dream guest.
That's a good one. What's your dream guest? I'd rather hear that. Because you talk about not wanting to have guests on here a lot. And so who's someone you
5-year
actually
plan.
want? Man!
If I was 5 years old, what plan would I make?
Ooh, 5 years old.
I probably would have a bunch of choo-choo trains and a bunch of Hot Wheels.
I'd learn to color in the lines.
My 5-year plan, this makes me money. I still have this. I have more cars than I have fingers and toes. And then I have a nice house. And I have a stable income that I don't have to worry about as much. I have a clothing brand. And those, so basically have 2 to 3 businesses, bare minimum. And then that's just kind of, it's a little awkward. Oh. Hi, guys.
Go say hi.
Hi. Got a third guest.
Playing.
Hi.
Hi. You look so sweet.
You should be in the Arctic.
He's not
He
cold at
doesn't
all.
care.
You gonna come with us, Benny boy? Or you still...
What's his name?
Let's go. Come on, buddy.
Is his name Benny?
His name is Benny Boy. You too.
His name is Benny.
That was a little awkward because they're sitting so far away we couldn't talk to them. But their dog was like staring at us. I'm chill with it though. He has the same name as me, so.
You got that dog in you?
Ew, ooh, no, thank you. Not my type. Yeah, 5-year plan. That's my 5-year plan. I would like to be rich.
I mean, I think we're in the same boat there.
The boat's tipping over. I don't know. You know, as much as I don't think I would be a good stand-up, I really think stand-up comedy would be fun too.
I've supported that.
I just don't like
You're
I don't like standing in one spot and being like, so.
How about them
But
Yankees?
I do like being in a conversation and making people laugh.
You're really good at it though. You're very on the spot witty.
Oh, I wouldn't say so because I have so many friends that are 10 times more witty than me.
I don't know. Out of all my friends, I can only name you and our coworker as the top 2 witty people I know, and it's funny every time. Every time. And you're so fast with it that I think about these things for weeks in advance, and I'm like, I'm gonna find my moment. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna make them laugh so hard.
And it
never works.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that.
But that's why you're funny.
Huge question.
You practice.
You're gonna have to think really deeply about this one. What's for dinner after this?
Oh, I think I have this conversation every night.
Burger King. 1,500 calories. Oh, sounds so
I don't know
good.
if I could do a Burger King trip. That's for sure.
There's not one close, so it would be a mob.
I don't have Burger King in me. My plan
Not yet.
tonight. My plan before this tonight, I was on the way home, and I called Max. Shout out Max to see if he.
Shut it out for calling him. Okay.
No, okay, whatever. He's my best friend. I'm gonna shout him out. And he's definitely not gonna listen to this, so he won't hear it. But my plan was to go home and have a Trader Joe's salad because I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And but that was before this happened. And now that I'm over here, I gotta figure out what I want to eat over here. It's the opportunity to be out.
What do I have in my fridge?
You probably have nothing.
That's wrong.
Oh, you grocery shopped.
I have a half 1 liter of Coke that someone gave me that was free. And I have, no, I don't have butter. I can't believe it's not butter.
So it's not butter? That's crazy.
It's basically butter.
It's
And
margarine.
then I have popcorn.
So it looks like you gotta go out for dinner tonight. What's in my fridge?
I'm thinking of Red Robin or like Portland City Grill.
I've always wanted to go to Portland City Grill.
$200 a person.
Light work. That's like when we went to, what was that, Lionsgate? That one place we went to in Hillsborough? Or Tannisbourne?
The theater
No.
production company?
No, what was that one we went to? It had the mac and cheese that I got. And the ice cream and the churros. It was a Friday. Man.
I don't think I was there.
I would have pulled up the photo.
I don't think I was there. There's no photos of me there. I don't think I was there.
Huh. Funny how that works.
Oh, look at that chick. She was just staring at us.
She's staring at you.
It's because you weren't looking at her.
Oh, who's this?
I don't know who that is. You don't even know where it is. It's called Thirsty Lion.
It's called Thirsty Lion. You're so mean.
I can tell the auto ISO is working because look how bright it looks.
It is pretty bright.
This is going to be really interesting. I really hope that most of this recorded.
How do you know if it stopped?
Don't really know.
What if it wasn't even recording this whole time?
We had a good conversation.
We did have a good conversation.
Shit's going to happen anyways, so I might as well.
Yeah, we talk all the time like this. That's why I want to do a podcast. I always talk to you. Very motivating. Damn.
Sorry, I hate people. If you would like to have another guest, I don't want to hear about it because I will choose the guest that I want. So, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to make these shorter because all my friends said they have short attention spans. And listening to my voice for longer than 30 minutes makes me want to kill myself. So,
two different ends of the spectrum here.
I'm on the spectrum.
I definitely enjoy the long conversation.
Okay. Well.
And the long handshake even more.
I'm just thinking about food right now, and I'm starting to get more aggressive. So, if you want someone else to be on, just let me know. Hi, I just have like 5 friends, and who am I kidding? I got like 2 friends.
Wait. Do I know them?
Okay, bye.